Hello everyone, I'm Alicia. Welcome to my Beautiful Nights channel. So I am super excited about this project because this is the design that I've been working on for a while now, and it took me some time to figure out how I was going to complete it and get this design to actually work out. And I did, and I'm super happy to share it with you guys because I think it's pretty cool and different from other things that I've designed. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to make this a two-part video because this bracelet just by itself is a finished piece of jewelry, and there is another piece that I'm going to show you guys how to make in part 2 that connects to this bracelet and makes the bracelet into a necklace, and it can also make this bracelet into a wrap bracelet. And the other piece in part 2 that I'm making, if you make it long enough, you can wear that just by itself, so you'll have a matching bracelet and necklace. Or you can wear them together like I said. So there's multiple ways of wearing this piece and the other piece I'm going to make in part 2. So I do want to let you guys know, if you're interested in watching part 1 and part 2, it's probably going to take me 2 to 3 days to get part 2 to take pictures, edit, upload, and all that. So make sure that you see both of these videos before you go purchase materials if you don't already have them, because I got all of my materials from the same place, and it's best to just purchase everything at once. And I will always give you guys a material list and put it down in the description bar, and also links to where I've ordered things and stuff like that. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up and let you know that this is going to be a two-part video. Now I'm going to show you how to make this bracelet, and after this video make sure you look out for part 2 so you can see the whole piece together. Here is the list of materials you will need to make this bracelet. So you will need bead stringing wire, and I'm not using anything fancy. I'm just using this tiger tail here. You can use whatever you want in your bead stringing wire. My aunt gave me a whole bunch of these and it works great for this project, so I'm using it. You're also going to need crimps, and I'm using 2 different sizes for 2 different reasons. I'm using number 1 crimps, and I'm also using the bigger crimp here. I want to say that this is, it says 3mm, but I'm thinking it's like a number 3 crimp. I want to say that these crimps are very old. My aunt also gave me these crimps when she gave me this tiger tail, and I want to say that these are like the very first crimps because they are super thick. Do you see how thick the metal is? They're heavy duty, and they have these lines in them. And before, I've taken apart really old jewelry, and they had the same exact crimps in them, and I'm thinking that these are like the very first crimps ever made. But they're really heavy duty crimps and they work great. So you want a big crimp like this, like a number 3, because we're going to be passing our 3 bead stringing wires back down to the crimp, so there's actually going to be 6 wires in the crimp at one time, so you do need a lot of room to accommodate all those wires. You're also going to need gemstone chip beads, and I get comments all the time, please make something with gemstone chip beads. And so far I've made a barrette, which was totally awesome project. I love that so much. And I also did a tutorial with a necklace using gemstone chip beads, and now we're making a bracelet that can also be worn as a necklace. And so these are the gemstone chips I'm using. I got these from BB Craft. I will leave a link for you down in the description bar. Also going to need seed beads. Now I'm using 10-0 seed beads because these have large enough holes that 3 wires can pass through them. If you have 11-0 seed beads that you can get 3 wires to pass through, then go ahead and use those. And by the way, I'm not using any fancy seed beads. These are actually very cheap. They're not uniform. I just picked out the ones that looked more uniform. Seed beads. Okay? You're also going to need 2 large hole beads. Now I'm using these ceramic beads that I also got from BB Craft. I've showed this stuff in previous haul. These here are the ones that I'm going to be using, but these beads are just awesome. Look at all the colors. They're so pretty. I really love these 2 right here. So I will be using these in the video. And you're also going to need bead caps. Now the bead cap is important because if you don't use a bead cap, your crimp will go into the large hole bead and you can't smash it. So this bead cap is preventing the crimp from sliding down into this large hole bead there. Okay, that's what the bead cap's for. And you're also going to need bead cones, these here. And I got these in different colors. I also got these from BB Craft. It was an awesome deal. I got 4 different colors, I think it was. Silver, gold, antique brass, and antique copper. And you're also going to need a large lobster claw clasp. I also got this from BB Craft. And this silver one too. And it was actually a 4 different color pack kind of thing. It was silver, antique silver, regular silver, gold, and then antique brass. And they had another set that had 6 different colors in it. So you might want to look around and see what's best for you. But you will need a clasp that has a large hole right there on it and a large opening here. So you do need an oversized lobster claw. And this I think is about 1 inch long, by the way, in case you're interested in that. And you will also need a pair of chain nose pliers. Now this is a list of materials, and I will put everything down there in the description bar. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is to string your gemstone chips, and I already went ahead and I strung 3 strands, and I told you guys I already have a whole bunch of these spools, so I just used 3 spools for mine, but you can go ahead and cut lengths of wire if you only have 1 spool. So I did not measure this or count these, I just kind of strung them on there, and I'm just going to get this end here going, and then I'll cut the wire on the other side, and then I'll decide if I have to add more chips or take some away, okay? So after I put the chips on, I then went and put some seed beads on. Now I have 8 seed beads on each wire, and basically what you want to do is just fill in this bead cone here. So I tried making this bracelet without the seed beads inside of this cone, and it just does not work. Some of the chips will fit into the cones. All the chips are different sizes and shapes, and some will go out and it just doesn't work right. So I found it's best to use seed beads inside of the cone. So because of the seed beads I'm using, I think they're like 10-ohs, I did 8 seed beads on each wire, okay? And then I put my cone on. Now you can adjust the amount to get it to work just right for you. You may need more or less seed beads, but the test is to put your bead cone on, okay, and you just want your wires to be right there at the top, flush with your bead cone, okay? So this is what mine looks like. That's pretty perfect right there. So now I'm just going to take this off, and I need to pick up a crimp, and I'm using the number 1 crimp now. So I'm going to go ahead and pick that up, slide it down, and I just want to make sure that I'm going to have enough wire to pass these wires back through seed beads and then pass it back down through. So let's see, I think I'll crimp it maybe right here. This should be enough. Now go ahead and make sure that you have your strands where you want them to be. I think I want my white halite strand to be in the middle because these 2 colors here are dark, so this kind of separates them. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that they're separated the way I want. Okay, looks good. And now I'm going to crimp this. Okay, and then I can go ahead and put my cone on, slide that down, and then I can get my round bead. Let's see, put this on, and then my bead cap. Okay, and since I have these on spools, it might be different from you, but what I like to do is I just slide these beads down, and then I move my little clip here, make it tight so I know what it's going to look like finished on this end. Do the same thing, slide those down. These are just paper clips that I put on these spools. Okay, I'll do the same on this side. Okay, so now that's tight. So then I can push this down and I could see what the finished piece is going to look like. So now I'm using the large crimp, the number 3, sliding that down, and I'm going to pick up my seed beads, and I realized because I'm using 3 wires, I have to pick up my seed beads like this. I can't slide them down because the wires twist and like braid and like weave all around each other, and then the seed beads won't slide down right. So you're going to want to pick them all up just like this. Don't slide some down, put them all on together so that your wires don't get all twisted. Okay, and by the way, I'm picking up 11 seed beads. That's like the perfect amount. Okay, and then I'm gonna pick up my lobster claw clasp, and I just love these claws. They're so cool. They're really big, and see how perfect it fits inside there. Okay, so then I have to take my wires, and by the way, I want to show you. See that there? That's my first crimp. This bead goes right over that crimp and hides it. Perfect. Now I'm going to slide all 3 of these wires through my crimp, through the bead cap, the bead, and the bead cone. I have to avoid, by the way, I have to avoid going through those seed beads that are in there. So I'm just going to go like this. You can pull this out to make sure that you avoid it. Okay, so there it is. And then I'm going to slide this down. And what I like to do is get my chain nose. Let's see which side. Okay, this side here, I could tell that this side, these wires here are the gemstone chip wires. So I hold it like this, and then I grab these, and I bring it down. Okay. Pull all this tight. And I did wish that, or I do wish that that crimp was not silver, but it will tarnish over time. I've seen them turn a dark brown color. So if I leave this exposed to the air, that will tarnish for me. It's no big deal. Okay, so I think that I have everything tight. It looks really good. So now I'm going to go ahead, pull this tight, and I'm going to smash my crimp. Okay. And I have to be careful that I don't squish my seed beads, so I'm going to carefully squeeze this. And these crimps are so strong. These old crimps are so thick. They're really thick. I wondered why they stopped making them like this. Because today, all of the new crimps are super duper thin. Like as thin as paper. Okay, it's really hard to squeeze. But I got it. Okay, so now you can go ahead, trim these wires off. Right here are my cutters. Just gonna come in here, trim them all off, and now we're going to do the other side. So this is what it looks like. Pretty cool, huh? And I might fast forward through doing the other side because it's pretty much the same thing I just did here. Alright, so I went ahead and I took off the spools and I trimmed my wire. What is this, like 6-7 inches? I don't know why I didn't measure it, I'm just guesstimating. And I just compared this bracelet to the one I already made. So I went like that and I saw, oh, that's how many chips I need, and then I took the extra chips I didn't need off. But for you to get this to fit you just right, what you're going to want to do is get all of your gemstone chips even, your strands, okay? Put on your seed beads. I did 8 on each wire because that's the same length as my cone here. And then you're going to want to do a little test run to see if this fits you. Now I'm going to skip doing the crimp, and I'm just going to go straight to the cone and the bead here and the bead cap. Okay, slide this down, pull all of this tight. You may have to pull these individually. Okay, pull it tight like this, and then put this on, wrap it around, see if you need to add more gemstone chips or take some out. Once you get it right, then you're ready to finish the bracelet off. Alright, now I'm going to finish this, and this part here is the fussy part. You want to make sure that these stay straight and flat, and that the string that's in the middle stays in the middle, because if you don't crimp this right, they will twist around each other. So I'm going to go like this, start from the base here, pull this straight, okay, and then I'm going to put my crimp on. And I just need my wires to stay side by side so that they don't twist. So slide that down so I can go like this. Okay, make sure they're side by side, and then I can fix it like this. Slide it down. Pull these straight and tight. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, now this here is bunching because the crimp is round and the wires are through the crimp like this in a triangle, so that's why it looks like this right now. Once you flatten it, it will fix the problem. Okay, so I'm just going to pull this tight, and I'd like to pull one wire at a time. Now, I did find that if you just slightly squeeze this to make it the crimp oval shaped, just a little bit, okay, not to close the crimp, but just to give it an oval shape, it makes it easier to get these wires side by side. Okay, so I'm probably going to fast forward through this just to save time, because we're basically doing the same thing that we already did here. We're just doing it again. Make sure to look out for part 2 so you can see how to make this bracelet into a necklace or into a wrap bracelet. This is it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like this video, leave me a comment, subscribe if you want to see more of my videos, and make sure you click the bell button so you get notifications when I upload new videos. And please like me on Facebook, and don't forget to share pictures of the jewelry you've made from my videos on my Facebook page, and follow me on Pinterest. Thanks for watching.